Welcome back to What's the Buzz in Western New York. As Western New York pioneers in the revolution of person-centered care, Beechwood Continuing Care welcomes you home. Today we're at Beechwood Continuing Care, a real treasure in Western New York, and we're going to sit down with Cheryl Wasson and learn all about the wonderful things Beechwood has to offer. Hello, Miss Cheryl.
Hello, Kim. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for having us here.
Oh,
this is
it's our
just
pleasure.
a beautiful campus, and I know
It
there's
is.
so much to talk about. So before we begin, tell us what you do here at Beechwood.
I'm the Director of Marketing Development for the Complete Continuum.
The complete continuum of care. We're
correct.
going to hear a lot about that in this segment, the continuum of care. So tell us the history of Beechwood.
Beechwood Continuing Care has a very rich history in Western New York. We are one of the largest not-for-profit senior care communities in Western New York. Over 175 combined years of service and care here.
And once someone has begun their care here at Beechwood, as their needs evolve, what does that mean for them here on the campus?
That's the importance of the continuum, because, for example, if you start in independent living and your health needs become increased and you're going to need to transition very smoothly into assisted living, you don't need to go outside of the continuum to start all over again. It's a very smooth transition to assisted living or to short-term rehab, and let's say you can no longer be there and you need long-term care. It's all taken care of within the continuum.
It's here on the campus.
Yeah. You're working with the same individuals and you have trust in those individuals to help your loved one.
And I'm sure that is very comforting for the families of the folks who come here for care.
It is tremendous. I mean, the family members are so critical to our residents' quality of life because you need to include them into this
The decision-making process.
Sure.
And there's so much here as a community.
People will come in and they say, I didn't realize you had such beautiful continuum in terms of the walkways and the pathways and the bridges and the ponds and the events that you have outside, and interior-wise as well. As you know, we have aviaries for the bird, and our residents can sit for hours watching the aviaries. And of course, this room right here, they enjoy celebrating birthday parties and special dinners, and we have private dining rooms. The quality of life for our residents is first and foremost, and if we can provide them with the quality of life that they enjoyed prior to, then we've done our job.
Thank you for sharing this beautiful campus with us, and I encourage you to get a hold of Cheryl here at Beechwood because you won't believe what they have to offer. Now we're sitting down with Marilyn Cavarella, and she's going to talk with us about living independently here on the campus. So Marilyn, the interior of the apartments, I'm sure that there's different amenities available.
Well, we have one bedroom all the way up to 2 bedrooms with a den. We go from 765 square feet all the way up to 1,500 square feet. And they all have washers and dryers in the unit, and they all have full kitchens and dining rooms. They're updated with granite countertops. They are absolutely gorgeous. But the best part is we have underground heated parking for our winters in Buffalo.
Very, very nice. And there's the dining room. To me, this dining room looks like a sit-down restaurant.
Oh, it's fabulous. It's a 5-star restaurant. We have 2 of them on each side, and you can sit where you want to sit. You can come down when you're hungry.
So if you have someone who's here as a resident living independently and something happens,
Then they can move on to Blocher Homes or to Beechwood.
we're going to take a minute and talk about the type of rehab services that the facility provides. Ladies, if you could introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Alicia Marcolini. I'm an occupational therapist here at Beechwood. Hi, I'm Lauren Pomerzynski, a physical therapist assistant here.
So why don't we start talking about occupational therapy?
Okay, we focus more on functional independence, self-care management. We call it ADLs, and we want to make sure that people get back to their prior level of function or close to, whether using adaptive equipment or compensation, just so they get back home safely.
In PT, we focus a lot with strengthening, endurance, stability, getting back to an independent level that they can possibly go home. We have tons of different modalities that can help increase their movement if they're a stroke patient. We have a lot of patients that we can do different things to reduce swelling or reduce pain, so to help them rehab better.
We do have speech therapy here as well, address swallowing concerns, cognitive concerns, communication, all those areas just to make sure that there's a quality of life factor we're addressing.
And now we're going to spend some time with the ladies in charge of admissions. And if you could introduce yourselves to us, ladies.
Hi, I'm Libby Bunger. I'm Director of Admissions.
And?
I'm Kathy Tower, and I am the Assistant Director of Admissions.
And so we have short-term and long-term. So Libby, tell us about long-term.
Well, we provide long-term care. We're at a skilled level of care, which means that we can be reimbursed by Medicare and insurance companies. Families often call us wanting to know how the process is started. They are having a difficult time caring for their loved one at home. Sometimes the call comes from the hospital that the person just can't go back home, that their medical status has changed. So we go through that process and give them tours. They're very pleased here because we have households here. We have personal-centered care, which means that the resident drives the ship and we adjust to their schedule instead of them adjusting to our facility schedule.
So I'm sure there are all kinds of reasons that individuals come to you for short-term care.
That's correct. Sometimes we get our referral base from the hospital after someone's been in the hospital for a short stay or a complicated stay. We get our referrals from doctors, primary doctors. Often families will even call us that their loved one is in need of just therapy, and they'll refer that way as well.
And the short-term care, that is covered by insurance?
Yes, it is covered by insurance. Most insurances do cover their stay here. A length of stay can be anywhere from 3 days to 2 weeks, depending on the progress the patient makes.
Ladies, thank you so much. We're going to let you go back to work, but thanks for sitting down with us.
All right, thank you.
Beechwood Continuing Care is a not-for-profit senior care community. Beechwood and Wesley Rehabilitation Center is located at 2235 Millersport Highway in Gettsville, New York. Give them a call. Find out more online at beechwoodcare.org.